Smart rings are no longer just futuristic props from spy movies. In 2025, they are real, refined, and rapidly becoming the sleekest way to track your health without strapping a screen to your wrist. But with more options hitting the market, choosing the right one can feel overwhelming. So in this video, we are breaking down the top 5 smart rings of 2025 to help you figure out which one actually fits your life. We will cover what they track, how they feel, and what kinds of people they are best suited for. We are starting with one of the most established names in the space, the Oura Ring Generation 4. Oura is the ring that put smart rings on the map. The Generation 4 is their latest model, and if you have ever seen someone silently obsessing over their sleep score at brunch, it is probably this ring's fault. Visually, the Gen 4 looks nearly identical to the last version, but under the hood, it has been upgraded with more precise sensors and a better battery. It is forged from titanium, available in matte, black, silver, gold, and the kind of glossy stealth finish. But the main reason people buy an Oura Ring is not the looks, it is the health insights. This thing is laser focused on 3 categories: sleep, readiness, and activity. And it takes sleep very seriously. It tracks your heart rate variability, skin temperature, respiratory rate, movement, and gives you a nightly sleep score. The readiness score is its way of telling you if your body is primed to tackle the day, or if you should just watch Netflix and try again tomorrow. What sets Oura apart is how it contextualizes all this data. Instead of throwing a bunch of charts at you, it gives you personalized insights, like your temperature's been elevated 3 days in a row, maybe ease off the workouts. Or your deep sleep is tanking, try cutting off caffeine earlier. It is like having a calm, data-obsessed friend who lives on your finger. That said, there are a couple of caveats. 1, the ring requires a subscription, about $6 a month, to unlock the full suite of insights. That might be a turnoff for some people, especially considering the ring already starts north of $350. And 2, while it tracks activity, it is not going to replace your smartwatch if you are training for a marathon. It does steps and general movement, not split times and GPS. Still, if your top priorities are sleep, recovery, and overall well-being, and you want it all in a form factor that is barely noticeable, the Oura Ring Generation 4 is hard to beat. Now let's talk about the new heavyweight stepping into the ring, quite literally, the Samsung Galaxy Ring. This is Samsung's first smart ring, and it arrived with a lot of buzz. And to their credit, they have delivered something that feels incredibly refined for a first-generation product. If you already live inside the Samsung ecosystem, this might just be your perfect match. Physically, the Galaxy Ring is made of titanium, just like the Oura, but it has a slightly more concave design. It almost dips in around your finger, which actually makes it feel snug in a good way, not in a how do I get this off way. It is light, so light that you might forget you are wearing it unless it is reminding you to stand up. The real magic happens when you pair it with a Samsung phone or watch. That is where it unlocks its full potential. You get detailed sleep tracking, continuous heart rate monitoring, skin temperature readings, blood oxygen saturation, and cycle tracking, all piped directly into Samsung Health.
They have also introduced a new feature called Energy Score, which, surprise, is basically Samsung's version of Oura's readiness score. It combines your sleep, heart rate, and activity data into one number that tells you if you are ready to crush your goals or take a nap. It is simple, digestible, and surprisingly motivating. And if you are already using a Galaxy Watch, the two play nicely together, handing off data for a more complete picture.
Here's the kicker though, no subscription fee. Everything the Galaxy Ring tracks is included with the ring and your Samsung device. That alone makes it a compelling alternative to the Oura, but this ring isn't perfect for everyone. If you are an iPhone user, sorry, this one is not for you. The Galaxy Ring is Android only, and even then, it is best paired with a Samsung phone. And while the hardware is slick, the software has had a few growing pains. Some early users have reported syncing issues and slight inconsistencies with sleep data, but nothing major, and most of it will likely get ironed out with updates. So who is this for? If you are already using Samsung products and want a smart ring that fits seamlessly into your digital life with no extra monthly fee, the Galaxy Ring is a no-brainer. It is elegant, intelligent, and feels like the most natural smartwatch alternative, assuming you're not Team iPhone. Coming up next, we are taking a look at one of the lightest and most surprising smart rings on the market, the Ultra Human Ring AIR. Now let's talk about the Ultra Human Ring AIR, the minimalist contender in this lineup. If the Oura Ring is your data nerd best friend and the Samsung Ring is your tech-savvy coworker, Ultra Human is the quiet, ultra-fit person who somehow always looks well-rested and annoyingly calm. The first thing you'll notice when you wear it, if you notice it at all, is just how light it is. At just 2 grams, the Ring AIR feels more like a regular wedding band than a tech gadget. If you have ever worn a smart ring and thought, this feels kind of clunky, Ultrahuman clearly heard that complaint and designed something to disappear on your hand. But don't mistake that lightness for lack of substance. The Ultrahuman Ring AIR tracks the usual suspects: sleep, heart rate, movement, skin temperature, but it also goes a bit further in some areas like metabolic health. It ties into the broader Ultrahuman ecosystem, which includes a glucose monitor and fitness coaching platform. So if you're already plugged into their world, the Ring feels like a natural extension of it. One standout feature, it gives you feedback on your circadian rhythm alignment. Yes, it actually tells you whether you're living in sync with your natural body clock. Combine that with UV exposure tracking and vitamin D optimization, and it starts to feel like the Ring version of a wellness retreat in Costa Rica. Importantly, there's no subscription, which in 2025 honestly feels like a breath of fresh air. You buy the Ring and you get the data. Simple. That said, there are some trade-offs. The app is not quite as polished as Oura's or Samsung's. It works, but it is still evolving. And while battery life is decent, usually between 4 to 6 days, it's a bit less than the other rings we've covered so far. Next up is the Rincon Smart Ring Gen 2, arguably the underdog of this entire lineup. It doesn't have the name recognition of Oura or Samsung, but that might actually work in your favor, because what they've built here is surprisingly robust, especially for the price. This ring comes in at nearly half the cost of the big players, and yet it punches way above its weight. First impressions? Clean, understated design. It's a little thicker than the others, but not distractingly so. Made of titanium with a smooth curved profile, it's surprisingly comfortable even for people who don't normally wear rings. It's also dust and water resistant, built for 24/7 wear, and that's exactly what it's meant for. It tracks the essentials: heart rate, sleep stages, blood oxygen, temperature, and stress levels. But here's what sets it apart. It's the only ring on this list with built-in sleep apnea screening. That's a rare and potentially life-changing feature, one that gives Rincon a serious edge. The app? Decent. Not as polished as Oura's, but easy to navigate, with daily readiness scores, sleep analysis, and stress tracking. It doesn't offer as much coaching or AI flair, but it delivers the info clearly. And here's where Rincon truly shines: battery life. You'll get 10 to 12 days per charge, and it comes with a charging case that works just like AirPods, adding multiple full recharges on the go. No cables, no wall hugging, just toss it in your bag and forget about it. Also, like Ultrahuman and Renpho, no subscription required. Pay once, own your data, no hidden fees. Finally, we've got the Renpho Lynx, the most affordable smart ring on this list, and also the one with the best battery life, period. If the Oura Ring is a luxury wellness coach and Rincon is the budget MVP, the Renpho Lynx is the just give me the data option. At a glance, it looks premium, titanium alloy body, water resistant, and available in a few sleek finishes. It's slightly heavier, around 4 to 5 grams, but still very wearable. Its focus? Simplicity. It tracks heart rate, HRV, SpO2, sleep, stress, activity, and even swimming. The Renpho Health app is functional, not fancy. It doesn't lecture you or overanalyze, it just gives you the data and lets you interpret it how you like. But here's the kicker: up to 12 days of battery life, plus an additional 7 days from the charging case. That's nearly 3 weeks without a plug, the longest of any smart ring on this list. It's also 100% subscription free, no upgrades, no gated data. Any downsides? You have to manually sync the app to upload data. Not a huge deal, but a step behind the seamless experience you'll get from Oura or Samsung. And while it nails the basics, you won't find deep recovery metrics or AI-powered recommendations here. It's a tracker, not a coach. Still, for under $200, with class-leading battery and 0 hidden fees, that's a seriously compelling offer. So that's a full rundown of the top smart rings in 2025. Whether you're after deep health insights, long battery life, or just the best value, there's something here for everyone. If you found the video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing for more straightforward tech reviews.